Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing. And now let's get right in today's topic, of course, which is regarding XRP. So, as we are going into Tuesday morning, we are seeing a retracement across the board. As we can see, pretty much the broader market is seeing a little bit of retracement. But we'll get into it. But before I do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So, BlackRock, IBIT, and Fidelity FBTC bought 97.9 million and 103.7 million worth of Bitcoin on October 7th. They are picking up the bloodbath. These big boys are coming in, and they're coming in fast. We've been speaking about this for such a long time, but when I say the landscape is shifting, this is a perfect example right in front of you. Why are these asset managers, these big companies picking up Bitcoin at such a fast rate? Because they see the potential. And of course, as regulation is starting to really come towards crypto, across the globe, regulation is coming for crypto. And, regulatory compliant projects are the ones that I think are going to gain attention. And this is where, we kind of go back and have those discussions, whether or not this is going to be potentially, the last parabolic type of run, where things just go absolutely crazy. And are we about to see, the entire landscape shifting for good, that, majority of the coins will die? Again, obviously that is what the time is going to tell, but, regulation is coming, and that is a huge thing that a lot of people are not paying attention to. And speaking about that, you can see obviously it's going over, around 3,759 Bitcoin were bought on October 7th. BTC ETF saw 233.8 million in net inflows. Ethereum ETF saw zero. So very interesting to see. But what's really, really crazy to see is Tim Draper says Bitcoin is going to blow through $250,000 so fast once the US government finally sees the light. And speaking about the US government, as we know, November is approaching, and November is approaching fast. And when I say fast, it's approaching very fast. We're already at October 8th. We're already a week into the month of October, which is absolutely crazy to even think about. And that just tells you everything you need to know. We are seeing a complete shift, and the month of November is very, very important, of course, because the election takes place. We know obviously one person is pro crypto and one person is not as much. And, obviously the conversation that's taking place within the crypto markets is, if the person that is advocating crypto and wants to make the US the crypto capital, then obviously, a lot of people are anticipating that, crypto will move, and we potentially could see a super cycle. So again, even though that is a reality, but we cannot forget the external factors that are happening around the globe that can impact, this supposedly super cycle that a lot of people are referring to. But would love to know your guys' personal opinion in the comments down below regarding that. But speaking about regulations, you can see regulations for crypto assets has been under consideration for some time, but there was an heightened sense of urgency after a series of bank collapses that were tied to crypto asset activities. In the European Union, rules were being worked on before the bankruptcy of crypto exchange FTX. And speaking about European Union, just recently, not even 2 to 3 days back, they have announced they're bringing extreme regulation into play for crypto. And look at the likes of USDT being delisted from multiple different centralized exchanges. Reason why? Because of course it's not compliant. And USDT, if you have been in this crypto space from the beginning, I'm sure you guys have heard sometime that people having a discussion whether or not USDT reserves even exist. So regulation is coming, and it's coming fast, and this is where RLUSD will shine, and that can obviously impact obviously a great exposure on Ripple as a company, as well as the native token XRP. So very, very interesting times coming. Do let me know in the comments down below what you guys personally think regarding this, but let's continue to take a look at what we're looking at. So you can see The European Security and Markets Authority is currently in a consultation process with the public on numbers of measures. A company issuing or trading cryptocurrencies will need a license, and from the beginning of 2026, January 2026, all service providers will have to obtain the name of the senders and beneficiaries, whatever the amount being transferred. Further, any self-hosted wallets holding over 1,000 euros will need to undergo wallet ownership verification for transactions. Guys, this is absolutely madness. Of course, some people take a look at this in a positive way. Some are not happy about this, but what can you do? Regulation was coming sooner rather than later. Before it was the wild, wild west, but when you started to see these big players such as, BlackRock, Fidelity, starting to show it, massive attention to crypto assets, as well as, their clientele showing, massive demand for these crypto assets, just changed the game. And, once ETFs launched, it's just been a game changer. So really puts into perspective how much things are changing as far as, the crypto market goes. But continue to take a look at, this is what our good old, Brad Gerlinghouse had to say regarding RLUSD, because, we're on topic. Ripple CEO confirms stablecoin launch in 2024. As we know, XRPL Apex 2024, Brad Gerlinghouse announced that the stablecoin will be the real USD, Ripple USD, and that is, of course, when this announcement originally came out and really brought in excitement. But this really goes to show, that we're living in, a very, very interesting time. And as even Brad Gerlinghouse stated himself, in one of the interviews, I just don't remember which one, 2 years ago, the landscape was completely different as to where it's at now. And I think it's only going to change, and it's going to change very, very fast. And, from the bigger picture in terms of, as far as blockchain technology, these big entities are actually starting to realize, hold on, blockchain technology might actually be here to stay, might actually be here to solve, these massive hurdles that are in the current system that we currently use. And, the likes of Ripple payment system like the XRPL ledger, I think, this really can revolutionize the way, finance takes place on a day-to-day basis. But very, very interesting things to obviously keep in mind as far as, the price is concerned. Obviously, people only focus on price. And people only focus on price, but just completely forget about the fundamental aspect of it, and just focus on the projects that are just absolutely exploding, such as meme coins that bring absolutely no utility, and in terms of fundamentals, there's absolutely zero things out there. People that are understanding, and focusing on the bigger picture really understand that, we're in a shift. Obviously, the risk factor is always going to be there. If there was no risk factor, everyone, would be quite, successful, but that's not the case. That's not the reality. If you're looking at dominance, it's picking up traction right now. If you're looking at BTC, Bitcoin has seen a little bit of a minor pullback, compared to the last few hours, but hopefully we filled the wick up to 64,000. Very, very important level, as we know. As far as XRP is concerned, hovering around 53 cents, hasn't done anything in terms of, excitement. Obviously, shouldn't really be a surprise factor. We have seen that SEC appeal, which kind of set the price of XRP, back a little bit, but we cannot ignore that, that was a highly anticipated outcome if, the appeal happened, which it did. So shouldn't be really a big surprise factor for any one of us. But like I said, Ripple Swell event is taking place this month, as well as the BRIC Summit. So very, very exciting event. So obviously, a lot of people in the blockchain industry are, looking forward to these specific events, but we'll keep you guys covered. Love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Been Crypto ZX, and peace out.